The advanced menu gives you some advanced features and settings on the server. Taking a look at the first box, appearance and communications, you have 2 time zone settings. The interface time zone is essentially just how you personally view all times and dates on the server. In this case, it probably defaulted to Central Time because that's where I am. However, if you're in New York, you'll want to change this to America, New York, and then all reports, all call logs, etc. will look like they're coming from the New York time zone in your local time. Let's go back. Now, the server time zone is for emails and voicemail. Now, because of the provisioning system, the server will know where people's phones are, and it will actually configure the phones to their local time zones. However, if for some reason the server has no idea what time zone their phones are in, then it will use this default time zone. Now, voicemails and email will abide by the time zone set in provisioning, unless there is none. It'll use this default in that sense. Next tab is the security tab. There is a firewall. Now, let's talk about this firewall. So, extensions use their extension numbers and passwords to authenticate to the server. Now, if you've got a phone that is constantly trying to register to the server with the wrong password, the firewall will detect this as a hack attempt, and it will block that IP address. This is why we highly recommend using the provisioning system to set up phones, because it won't make mistakes. However, if you have not yet whitelisted your IP address and you start making changes to extensions and you accidentally type the wrong extension password, you will get blocked by the firewall. So just for fun, let's look at all the blocked IP addresses. Yeah, that's a large list. These are all IP addresses of servers that are out in the world trying to hack into this VoIP system. And these aren't hackers, these are just little scripts that hackers have written to try to get in. Of course, I always recommend clicking on the whitelisted list and adding your own IP address to the whitelist. That way, even if you do mess up an extension, it won't actually ban you from the server. Next up, we have the VoIP core. Sometimes the core might have issues. Typically, if calls are not being completed or they're being dropped, you might want to restart the core. This is really just a last-minute diagnostic feature that you probably won't touch. Same with the monitoring daemon. The monitoring daemon is responsible for processing eFaxes and as well as powering the real-time activity dashboard. If for some reason eFaxes and real-time activity are not behaving normally, you can restart the monitoring daemon like that. Next is a feature called the big red button. What this means is it enables you to mass delete data at the touch of a single button. Delete all call recordings, delete all extensions, delete all call logs, or simply reset the entire server to factory defaults. This will delete everything. Call recordings, extensions, settings, ring groups, phone numbers, you name it. This will reset the server as if it has no phone system on it whatsoever. This is useful if you're setting up a new customer on your server. The PBX configuration, of course, it's got a backup and restore system. Let's click it. We can see here that every single hour on the dot, essentially, the server is backing itself up. And it keeps backups all the way for, I think, 10 or 11 days. So you can download any of these configurations. Now you can see here, look at the sizes. The sizes increase as we go forward in time because we've added more and more to the PBX system. You know, testing, extensions, that sort of thing. So you can download any of these configurations, and then of course you can restore an old backup of a configuration. So if something goes wrong, download the previous one and restore it, and the whole system will return to normal. Currently still in development is being able to batch download all the call recordings. And of course, like we all know, call recordings are only kept for 30 days, so this is going to be a good feature to continually download your call recordings every month. Logging is still in development as well. You will soon be able to view the voice core log to diagnose problems with call routing and call quality. And you will soon be able to look at the monitoring daemon log, this thing right here. So if there are problems with eFaxes or other types of network-related issues, it will be able to tell you that as well.